we have continuously engaged and continuously invested in the health sector on various fronts. And today we have one of the highest budgets in terms of percentage, in terms of the entire country, different states if you compare. Meghalaya has one of the highest, if not number one, number two in terms of the percentage that we spend out of our budget on health. Was that we often mistake or we often don't realize what really the problem is. And that happens in governance as a whole, but I think health, it is even more. A simple example of that would be, we often say that Meghalaya's problem is the MMR rate, the maternal mortality rate. And we don't fail to realize, and we have different programs and we try to do different things, and we don't realize that the MMR is actually the result of the problems. It's not the problem in itself. And sometimes in governance, as officers, as politicians, we need to realize that we need to be able to identify what leads to the problem. And in our endeavor to be able to provide better service, better policy making, better administration, unless we are not able to put the finger on the actual cause of the problem, we will not be able to find the right solution, the right policy, or the right steps to move forward. As doctors, you investigate, but even as government, as policymakers, as an administration, we need to investigate and realize what is the real cause of the problem. When it came to MMR for Meghalaya, institutional deliveries was one part, but we realized that there was a problem because high-risk mothers did not have the accessibility that they required to the medical professionals or to even an ambulance when they needed it the most. We realized that because of maybe economical engagement of mothers not being enough in society, we were seeing the gap between the birth of two children being very small, like 1 year, 1.5 years, which was very high risk for the mother. And hence, maybe the solution was not just simply the institutional deliveries, but it was economic engagement of the women in our society. And hence that led me to move very aggressively on what we had and what we're doing today, a self-help group movement of women, where in the last 5 years, I had 4,500 self-help groups, but this information and this, the result or the problem that we could see encouraged me to increase the number of self-help groups today from 4,500 today in 5 years' time to 45,000 self-help groups in my state. There is one woman from every family today who is engaged in a self-help group. It's a huge milestone, and these women are today economically active.